Hey, how y'all doing? It's nice to see you. The last video that I posted, that was from the 16th, and I waited and waited and waited to put that up because our cable, our internet was out. For a lot of people, they don't have water. In my little town, even, just across the street from us, a water main busted. So now we have to boil water. They said, "Oh, it's safe to drink. It's safe to drink." Sure. Let's see you and your kids drink it, and that stuff's coming out of my tap brown. Tell me you're gonna go ahead and drink that. So I spent roughly 3 hours earlier today, after I fixed a broken faucet outside. Landlord came over and we fixed that because the driveway on the side of the house was completely flooded. Ice, slush, water. We had to cut water off to the house last night, so we were without water all night last night. And now my kitchen is trickling at best. I'm believing that the pipe isn't froze. I don't believe it's froze. What I think it is because the water main over there that broke. The city, I'm sure they did their best. I'm not going to badmouth the city, but I'm sure they did their best to get it up and running properly again. It's just not at 100%. Because my landlord lives 2 houses around the corner and down. And great guy. He's helped us out quite a bit with this cold thing. So I can't say nothing bad about my landlord. He's been pretty good, but even he said that even his water pressure's super low, so it hasn't been real good. There's a lot of things on my mind at the moment, and I just had to get it off my chest. Maybe people around the United States and all over hears about it. Maybe some things will change. But our power operative, I'm not going to mention any certain power operative, but if you go on the internet and search for it, I'm sure you can find it. Very simple to find. Found out today that 5 of the chair people that make the decisions on what to do in emergency situations don't even live in the state of Texas. One of them lives in Michigan. Another one's from Maryland. Hell, one of them's in Canada, but they're making money off of Texas and just saying, "Oh yeah, just shut the power off." Needless to say, I'm pretty bent out of shape about it. I'm not a political guy, and I don't know all those big 30-letter college words to make it sound like it's worse than what it is. But I tell you what, if they'd bring their happy tails down here and spend the night, I don't know, in Dallas, where people's toilets literally have pulled up off the floor and ice is coming out the top and icicles hanging on the side of their toilets because their houses are below 20 degrees for the last 3 days. How about some of the homeless folks that are out there? Let's talk about that. Homeless veterans, homeless people, young kids who run away from home, who got no place to go. They're homeless out there. They could go back home. Sure, they can go back home. Where, what? So they can go home and sit in a house that's below 20 degrees? or how about a homeless veteran that has no place to go because all the shelters are full? I'm sure there's at least a dozen or more deaths from this cold right here in San Antonio area. You know, I just there's no need for this. There is absolutely none. And then we have no cell service hardly. I mean, literally. Let's see what I got right now. I'm roaming, and I have 3 bars. Normally, I have 5G sitting right here in this desk. I usually have 5G. But they're still going to charge me full price for everything that I'm getting, even though I'm roaming. They know what's up. It's all about money. You know, and and here this one really just, I gotta bring my anger down because I'm pretty heated. Our wonderful senator, I'm not going to mention any certain, Ted Cruz's, decided, it's cold here in Texas. I think I'm going to take a vacation. Picks up his kids and his wife and heads down south to Mexico, where it's nice and warm down south. Meanwhile, all his voters and the people that he's supposed to be representing are up here freezing our... We're extremely cold, Senator. We need some help. And then to boot, all that, let's add some insult to the injury. Let's even tell these Texans that are suffering with no power from supposed rolling power outages. Let's tell these people, we know we screwed up. We know that this power grid thing is our fault. We're going to go ahead and raise your prices on the power that we're selling you, and we're going to charge you about 3 or 4 times what you've been charged for in the past. We read an article here earlier that said if you didn't cut your power down below your normal usage, you're looking at probably a $450 minimum power bill. Now, you're going to cut my power, let my house get cold as an ice cube, and then turn my power back on for an hour, and then expect me not to crank my heat up? And then you're going to charge me extra for that because of what you did? It's not right. I don't give a rat's what kind of excuses you try to tell me. I'm not going to believe you. Talk about, the power load and the grids, blah, 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 blah. What about in the summertime when people are running their ACs 24/7? Do you jack up our prices to $450 for normal usage? No. Not like this. When people are struggling, we're already in the middle of a pandemic, and then you're going to turn around and rub some more salt in that wound? Where's the compassion? Where's my senator that... Oh, I'm sorry. He's on vacation while the rest of us are up here suffering. My bad. I should have known better. Just not in a really good mood, I'm thankful to God that our power outages in this town weren't real bad. I haven't heard of anybody in this town losing life or anything like that. Now I know there's some folks that have some medical conditions that having these power outages really affected a lot, and I'm sure they probably had to make a couple trips to the hospital. You know, me personally, I just, you know, my family that's in Houston has a good support channel down there. I thank God every day that they're okay. They have a baby down there less than a year old. I thank God every day that she's okay. I have family in South Texas, South Texas, down by the border. Pipes froze. Was without power for a day or two. You know, and they're doing all right. What just I'm one guy. You know, I'm always used to my family can look at me and say, hey, you know, this needs this, or we need to figure this out, you know, and I'm Johnny on the spot, fixed it, we're ready to rock and roll. I can't fix this. It's stressful. It's breaking my heart. You know, not just for my family's sake, but there's people all over the state of Texas. Well, hell, even Oklahoma, Louisiana, you know, that, hell, man, they're people are losing lives over this bad choices. And then you're going to rub salt in the wound and tell me you're going to charge me extra so that I can stay alive. What kind of heartless person does that? I don't know. Affecting me personally? Not horribly bad, no. Now, did I lose some fish? Yes, I lost some fish. I don't know if it was just because of temperature going up and then it drops back down. Then it drops up, goes back up, and then it drops back down. The lowest my tanks got was 56 degrees. That's the lowest my tanks got. And I did lose was it 2 autos? Lost all 3 of my, I had 3 little pygmy cories, lost them. The day before this cold spell hit us, I was in San Antonio, and I picked up some pea puffers. I get them home. The next day we get this cold spell, and now little guys won't eat. I tried to go get some brine shrimp. Yeah, I'm out, you know, and my LFS has brine shrimp. Of course, they're closed because of the weather. They won't eat bloodworms. You know, I even tried to go in my shrimp tank and get the smallest, tiniest snails that I could find. Won't touch them. I don't know what to do. You know, it's just, you know, I got an OB peacock, and I got a one peacock that kind of acting kind of weird, you know. I'm trying to get them back into shape. I got this tank behind me, this one. I did have a fungus issue in here, and I lost 19 fish over that because of some fish that I got from another LFS that I'll never go back to. But I have lost, since that cleared up, I lost another 3 or 4 guppies. That was it. 4 guppies. Three pregnant females is all I got left as far as my breeders, you know. So thank God I do have 3 little endlers. Well, I take it back, 4 endlers in there. They've kicking tail, taking names, are doing good. The rest of my guppies are doing good. Cichlids seem to be doing okay. My parrots are doing alright. Angelfish don't even act like they experienced anything. Goldfish are doing good. My shrimp are just like, cold weather, what? Besides that, you know, the animals are doing good. My bearded dragon doing pretty good. What I did with him, I just when the power came back on, I went in there and I filled the bathroom sink up with some hot water, put him in there, and he just loving it, boy, just swimming around in there. As soon as that power turned off, I wrapped him up in a blanket, got him good and dry, you know, and I put him back in his little aquarium. The heat light, you know, where I had the heat light on the rock in there to get that rock good and warm. And man, he wouldn't move. He just stayed right on it. So he's kicking tail and doing real good. Goldfish are doing good. All my catfish are loving life. They just don't even act like I said. It was just my Dubois, or however you pronounce it, cichlid, didn't make it. That was the one that really hurt. I mean, he was only maybe 1.25 inches, and I paid $28 for him. He didn't make it. But all my rams are doing good. My pistols are doing good. I got my rams and my pistols are up on that top rack, so when the heat did come on, you know, the heat kind of stayed to the top, so they stayed pretty good and warm. Even when the power went out, the heaters obviously wouldn't go out. So, but the heat up higher, they did good. The bumblebee cichlid and the Kenii, they're doing good. Oscars, I was worried about the Oscars. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried about my Oscars because that tank got down to 56 degrees because it is lower. But I had some styrofoam packing material that I got from my job because they were just throwing it out, and what I was using it for was making collars for aquaponics last year for peppers, and I had sheets of it, so I just started duct taping them together and made a big insulator all the way around and over top, like a big rubber styrofoam cube, and stuck it in. It worked. It stayed warm after that, but I was worried. But besides that, now that my rant is over, I do want to, if you've made it this far, I do want to say thank you for watching. Like I said, just keep everybody in South Texas in your prayers. Louisiana, Oklahoma, I know those 3 states are getting hit pretty hard right now. Just keep us in your prayers. And if you're in one of those 3 states and you got elderly neighbors or what have you, man, don't hesitate a lick. Get off your butt and go knock on their door and ask them if they need help. Whether they like you or not, go ask them if they need help. If you're out and about and you see somebody out there that needs help, just give them a hand, man. It's not going to kill you to be nice. Just give them a hand. It don't cost you nothing to, you know what I mean? It don't cost you nothing to get behind a car, push it out of a a small ditch or what have you. You know what I mean? Or give somebody a ride to a gas station to stay warm while their car is going to get towed or what have you. You know, just think about how it'd be if the shoe was on the other foot. Now is not a time to be selfish and greedy and self-centered. It's time to open your heart and say, look, man, I know if it was me, I'd want a hand too. So put your differences aside and do the right thing. You see somebody out there needs a hand, give them a hand. So anyways, God bless, guys. Much peace, much love. Be good to yourself and be good to your fish. Take care of yourself.